sterling indeed had a very good year. It has been the second best performing currency in G10 after the dollar. It was the best performing before the US elections. There are a number of reasons. Growth surprised to the upside. Inflation has been sticky, and as a result, although the Bank of England has started easing policies, it is behind compared to the Fed and the ECB. And also after the elections, we have political stability, which, given the starting position of a market that was very short sterling, has supported the currency. Now, looking ahead, we can argue that a lot of this good news is in the price. Now, sterling, however, can continue the positive momentum if the UK and the EU negotiate better relations, and there are discussions underway. You can argue that now with Trump in the US, there are stronger incentives for the two to have better relations. And then if the UK and the US manage to get a trade deal.
يعني معنى ذلك أنه أحد العوامل الأساسية التي قد تؤثر على قيمة الجنيه الاسترليني في عام 25 هي تطور العلاقات بين المملكة المتحدة والاتحاد الأوروبي. يعني أنت ترى أنه هذا عامل مؤثر على العملة لدرجة كبيرة.
Indeed, and there is a lot of room to improve relations. Clearly, the UK does not want to join the single market or the customs union, but the existing trade deal is far from perfect. There are substantial transaction costs, and it will be a win-win situation for both sides to address this and improve the relations. This will support sterling.
وبالتالي ما هي توقعاتك بالنسبة لسياسة بنك إنجلترا خلال عام 25 وما هو قدر الخفض الذي قد نشهده من بنك إنجلترا؟
They're likely to continue cutting rates, but most likely at a slower pace than other central banks, maybe quarterly. So for next year, they should be able to cut by 4 times, 25 bips each time, which is less than what we expect from the ECB, more than what we expect for the Fed. The Bank of England a number of times this year wanted to ease policies more. And despite the fact that the data has been better than expected, growth has been below potential, but inflation has been sticky. Inflation has been sticky almost everywhere, but more so in the UK. The labour market also is stretched, wages are increasing. So the Bank of England has been forced to ease at a very slow pace, and most likely this will continue next year.
المركزية الأوروبية أيضا من المتوقع أن يواصل خفض الفائدة السنة القادمة، فما هي توقعاتكم أنتم في بنك أوف أميركا ميريل لينش لقدر الخفض الذي قد نراه من المركزية الأوروبية السنة القادمة؟
I mean, clearly the ECB starting cutting in June before the Fed. Also recently they have accelerated the pace. Inflation has been moving in the right direction, but is still above the target. Core inflation is even higher, and services inflation is stuck at 4% since a year ago. The labor market is very stretched still, the unemployment rate at an all-time low. Growth has been weak, but is not getting weaker. Actually, this year has been somewhat better than expected. Now, all this paints a picture that justifies for the ECB to continue easing. However, their approach, data dependency, meeting by meeting, is likely to continue. We assume they will continue cutting until mid of next year with a terminal rate 1.5%, which at this point actually is very close to market pricing. The market is pricing at 1.6%, so slightly higher.